teach them. Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Dim YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. And now,
broadcasting live.
We will broadcast
live. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
Hey, let's go.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class. Episode number 372, thereabout. Yeah, man. Big up to the ones, them. You know, we're there. Seeing, try to balance some things. Yeah, man. So give thanks. So I go on there. So now, what may I look for? Alright, I'm not stop me. So, yeah, man. So, but we're there. So just let me know if you not hear me clearly on these things. Alright, not for this. So, boom. Man, I'm dislike it thing already. I will send them, man. Mic check 1. Audio check 1. Audio don't sound bad. You see? So I can bring down this little bit. Scotty boy. DeAndre, Steve, big up on yourself, you know. Manners and respect. Empress Audrey. Well, me can't. Oh. You know me a fool. So we can't talk this there. I look for, you know. So out of practice and out of touch. Yeah, man, peace. Big up on yourself. We're there, you know, when I too late, you don't come to talk about some things and then go to bed. And thing. Audio check. I know when I hear, if you not hear me clearly. Mic check 1. Testing 1, 2. Zane. Bring this down a little bit more to that. And thing. Yeah, man, that's supposed to go. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I don't know who love me. A big old love bump here, so I must be got made. But yeah, man, give thanks, peeps. We're there. Another week in Jamaica, land we love. Land of food and water. And some other things. Crime and some belief, you know. Zane, it's been a minute since I last streamed. Sizzler fan, want to go and impress since I last streamed. Sick out for a minute. Damien, big up yourself, you know. Zane, but we're there. Still kind of I recover and thing, but we are going to fight the fight. You understand what I say? So, before me get into some major things I want to talk about, you know, there have been a few developments over the past days, weeks, and such. The budget debate was a part of it, and thing. Out of that, some things that kind of stood out to me, a few things really. Zane, the situation where fees for levels 1 to 4 courses at the Hard Trust NTA has been done away with. So anybody who is interested and qualified to go and complete courses at Hard Trust are now able to do so without any form of administrative tuition, whatever fees that existed before. I think that is a good move. The NHT increases for contributors. That is also, you know, a step in the right direction. I think the flip side of that, though, is that the mortgage agencies that are not government-based will see that and then adjust accordingly. So it may become a little bit more expensive to get mortgages from these private entities too. I'm no economist or financial expert, but I think that may be a thing, so I don't know. But I think that is also a good move. the whole new taxes debate kind of has been raging on between supporters and politicians on both political parties. My interpretation and understanding of that is, whilst economic recovery is ongoing, consumers are spending more, companies are making more money, so the government is collecting more taxes. That is my interpretation. The opposition leader have a different interpretation, saying these are new taxes. But no, my interpretation is that whilst more money is being spent by consumers, businesses are making more money. Hence, the government is collecting more from existing taxes. Doesn't necessarily equate to new taxes. But I may be wrong. That is just my layman's interpretation. But the opposition leader has taken that and he has run with that and he has stuck to his guns for the better or worse of whatever. You understand? But for me, my interpretation, sitting down looking at it for myself, is that more collection is being done. So there's an increase in tax revenue. Doesn't necessarily mean there are new taxes. Again, I could be wrong. There has been a lot being said by the government about economic recovery, and I remember also, I think it was the IMF, and there was another agency out of Britain, I don't remember who they were, gave raving reviews to Jamaica's economic recovery since the pandemic and all these things. And the government has taken that and run with it. However, like many things, I don't know that there's a trickle-down effect, as the people at the lowest levels are not feeling that they're not benefiting from that. So, and we're not throw cold water upon no form of progress, We just say the man in the street, the man in a certain communities not necessarily benefit or feel that yet anyways. You understand? So whilst the institutions and entities locally and internationally that are making observations are saying, yes, things are progressing in the right direction, economically speaking, hopefully with time, more Jamaicans get full benefit from said economic progression. You understand? I guess with infrastructure and national policies and programs, but when it comes on to the man in the street, it's just like crime. You will hear that, for the period January to March 10, 2023 compared to January 1 to March 10, 2022, major crimes are done by X%. Major crimes including murders and shootings and robberies and them things there. However, whilst the statistics and the numbers are saying X, it doesn't feel that way, because when I edit the news, when Abby, because she has creative powers over the news, you understand? So the stories I want to say, majority of the time, she's the one who get them, vet them, script them, and all of them something. Every now and then I'll see some stories and I'll say, okay, incorporate that. But when she send the news to me and I edit the news, like, you don't feel that way, because it's murder. Just like the news today, there were at least 5 cases of murder covered, and that is like an average per day, 5 days a week. And we're not talking about Saturday and Sunday, because it's Monday to Friday we cover the news. So the truth is that whilst the JSCF, and I now say the JSCF statistics are incorrect, what I am saying is that when I look at the statistics and when I look at what is happening on the ground and the stories that I cover, they don't match up. So whilst, and I'm using that for kind of enhance the economic conversation that I was having just now. So whilst these agencies will say that, the country is progressing economically, and I suppose economically it will take time for the trickle down, but the sooner the better. You understand what I say? So I am not here to throw cold water. I am here to accept whatever positive developments are occurring in this country, because there are so many negatives. You understand? So I'm not one who is going to brush under the carpet and say, yo, just be a bad things are going here. No, that is not true. Too many bad things going on. You understand what I say? But read the economy and crime, whilst the numbers are saying, okay, there is progress in the right direction, it don't feel that way on the ground. Zane, as an individual, when I assess the situation, it don't feel that way. And I'm being very honest. Zane? So whilst we not throw cold water on the work that the JCF has been doing, or the Ministry of Finance has been doing, I'm just saying the trickle-down effect, I ain't feeling that. You understand what I say? And I know, whilst I don't speak for anybody or everybody, I know that many Jamaicans would probably agree with me as it relates to those two situations. The economy and crime. Zine, whilst the numbers are saying X, the reality is saying Y. We need to get some convergence of the numbers and the reality. You understand? I know these things take time, but soon it will be good. You understand? Good night, Colette's Kitchen. Hey, Nidia, what go on? Zane, Romeo, big up yourself, bro. Thank you, teacher, always working overtime to keep us updated. We try. And thanks to the man and the rest of the ones them for the continued support. You know, I appreciate that. I want to make the thing work. As a matter of fact, when I can't share the stream, the no share option on the phone and then sitting there. Like, you understand? And like it, you sitting. When I don't like, well, I want to like it, if video them. When the phone freeze, or when the credit run out, on the data run off, or on the Wi-Fi tap, I mean, I understand. So I may talk to them a little bit. Why run a phone and say I want to do them things? Because I say, I don't understand it. You see it? I may speak for myself, probably one of the very few vloggers or who likes that, or content creator who will never come here come beg on $1. The most you can do is like if you did it, man. No phone, no good. What, man? No computer and anything. Like if you don't touch on a screen for like you sitting on a screen crack. You get some good phone. You understand? Right. So as me I say, the removal of administrative and tuition in some instances for levels 1 to 4 at the High Trust NTA is a step in the right direction. Good move. See? The increase in benefits for contributors of the National Housing Trust, good move. You understand? Plus there were other things. I'm just talking about the things that kind of jump out to me. You understand? These are a step in the right direction. Now, another one where kind of, you know, has been polarizing is the minimum wage increase. Business owners and entrepreneurs are saying no, whilst the man who earn minimum wage is saying yes. And with these things, you will never have full consensus on these things. Because the man who going to pay the money and going to say him can't find it, the man who forget the money and going to say him need it. See, some people are saying that, yes, whilst it is great to increase minimum wage, it should have been a more gradual increase to reach to where it's at now. I mean, it is easy to say that, but how do you expect a man with his family, say 1 to 2 children, him lady, or an empress with her partner and children earning, what was it, $9,000, $10,000 a week, to now earning $13,000. It may seem small to some people, it may seem big to some people, but the truth is that it is not really where it should be. Is it a move in the right direction for the people who have been struggling with the minimum wage? Yes. Will it make it a little bit more difficult for some of the employers? Yes. But at the end of the day, no change in life will be comfortable for everybody. You understand what I say? So, again, a step in the right direction. I know that some small business operators will suffer, and ultimately some people may have to lay off some people Some people may have to scale down. With these things, there's always going to be fallout somewhere else. Oh, it was $9,500. Then thanks, Nidia. I know it is what, $13,000. So that's an increase of what, 3,500, I think. I know. And then one of the next things is that in order for businesses to pay their employees this increase, there will have to be a markup in many products and services. So the whole spin continues. So yeah, I make the 3,500 extra, but it will kill you when you go to a supermarket again. No. Yeah, son. No. I honestly think some of these employees are wicked and I think they can pay. Yeah, some of them can. While some of them really and truly are struggle. You understand what I say? Nick, so fear is fear. Some of them can, while some, you understand, a small business where I try employ some people and that. You understand? Because I know every business kind of I make the revenue there as quickly if it cover everything and you understand what I say? Teach a lot of people not liking because they're giving positive and uplifting things. So then nobody watch them. More if you're there watch them just like. You understand what I say, Romeo? That's what I think of. Zane, one of these things. I don't know. But yeah, but one of them things. And then we know a lot of people stream on a Friday night now and them something too. When extra class start back. I want to tell you, I start back one of them time in the early March and I sick out. And then I try balance again tonight. But I'm trying to be consistent. You understand? Man, just start back like it did top. Well, it did stop for Tuesday. But yeah, me just come here, come share. I try, so I go on out. Big up yourself, you know. Jamaica phone service and gas price not going down. Nah, man, gas price fluctuate. Jamaica phone service, man. Talk it truth, man. Sometimes it go up and sometimes it go down, so man. You know, stay one place. You understand? Sometimes when I go up on the pump and me I say then X amount of money I go full it tank and then me I say them I say it tank full long time and then sometimes me I say the money I go full it tank and then me I look at my eagle I look back for me I said then why I look at me for. So you understand sometimes X amount of money full it tank, sometimes X amount of money no full it tank. So there's a fluctuation. Me get to you still in a phone service, but as me said, me try to be as fair as I can to everybody when we talk about these things because I think I would like people to be fair to me. You understand what I say? So yeah, I mean gas prices could be lower, but you see us buy we buy it and then every man have it they say gas tricky. And then some gas stations markup is greater than others. So you know I think you have to find the place them where it's not too bad. Because you grow on this and I'm gonna sell 87 or 90 for 100 and how much per litre while I'm gonna sell it for 100 and less per litre. Yeah, that's how I think you have it just fine. But we get these things. The thing is though guys, you know, like with any budget presentation, there's a lot of fluff and there's a lot of I did this and you did this or you didn't do that. I mean, when I really get too caught up in other part of the thing there, I am looking at things that are beneficial and will be beneficial. There was also, there are quite a few things that, as I said, kind of resonate with me. But these are the things that jump out to me the most. One of the next things that came out of there, we talk about the no-new tax versus... So the government saying new taxes, the opposition saying new taxes. As I said, when I look at it and do the basic maths, it would suggest to me that because the economy is quote-unquote improving, consumer confidence is higher, consumers are spending more money, companies are making more money, so the government is collecting more taxes. So there's an increase in tax collection versus an implementation of new taxes. That is what I got from it. Not what the opposition leader got, really. He must say a new tax. And so, as I say, everybody look at them things different. So those are some of the things that came out of the budget situation. Oh, and and the latest thing what came out is the finance minister, Nigel Clark, referring to the opposition leader as Master Mark. Master God, oh God. So the budget is a scam, Alidan. Perhaps that no new tax don't make no sense because NIS raised last year and our pension. That no make sense. NIS is not. I don't know that you can just use that one thing and say that. You understand? Because I'm not just one stream of revenue collection in the thing, Colette's Kitchen. So to say just NIS, I mean things will raise. Who raise it? Which part to raise? So I don't know. You understand? And as me I say, my interpretation is there's greater collection of revenues, and that don't necessarily mean that alright. I believe that there are scammers in suits. See, Nigel in the garden I did. Oh yeah, one next thing is that leading up to the budget debate, during the budget debate and after the budget debate, a lot of public sector workers were restive. Teachers for one, police officers, them reject it until them sign. Teachers have signed. But not even get into the whole JTA thing. When I say the JTA, I have said this a long time ago in Bethlehem. Teach them say JTA is not for teachers. One, among other things, I've labeled JT as a political entity in the past. I will not retract that. Zane, and for me, JT is more beneficial to principals than the classroom teacher, than the foot soldier. Zane, and one of the issues that I have always had is that the executive of the JTA, for whatever reason, is made up primarily of principals and vice principals, and as such, when negotiations are taking place, I mean, a man I got negotiate to make sure it's a film thing balance more than the next man. You understand what I say? So, I don't know. JTA need for, I think the JTA was established in 1964. Don't quote me upon it. It could be 64. And I don't know that throughout the life of the JTA, it has really and truly placed the interests of teachers at the forefront. You understand? It is normally for the benefit of the few. I mean, like most things in the country, is for the benefit of the minority. You understand? So, I have always had issues with the JTA. Tonight, enough for them night. I'll come back to them one next night. You understand what I say? So, yeah. I mean, inflation, yeah, and that is what I was saying earlier, Nydia, with the minimum wage increase. Yes, on one side, it increased. On the flip side is that inflation will eat into that. Boom, done. You understand what I say? So, a lot of things have to be brought in line with each other. Just as me I say, we hear that the economy is recovering. We hear that we are moving in the right direction. Debt to GDP ratio is decreasing by XYZ% and these things. But the man in the street now feel it. So we need economic recovery and economic progression to kind of align with the reality. You see me? So that is how we say. So fair enough. Zine? Me no too want to stay all night 1 year. Oh, where were they? Master Mark. Reference. The political silly season is warming up. And politicians will always be one thing. Politicians. Seeing many of them say things that they mean. Some of them say things because them think them can get a forward. Some of them say things because that the people them who they want here. And various things. The reference to Master Mark, you can interpret it or you want to interpret it. They are chiding Mark Golding also for calling labor rights damn fools, and Chanel, the young lady around by Clifton, that was one of the person who was scammed by some people selling land and something. The little lady. The opposition has also taken issue with Peanut Dread being in Parliament to hear the budget presentation. All sorts of things. Look, Mark Golding, so if we ask the apology, both of them need to come apologize and keep it moving. Tired of them. You understand me? I say, so, I don't know. I'll be no say, Massa, God, yo, believe it though. Next thing, there was a lot of jubilation and celebration within the People's National Party with the latest Dan Anderson polls that were commissioned by the People's National Party. People tend to forget that. Because when we are talking, we just talk it thing as it is. And it make no sense your corona can and something. The poll was commissioned by the Dan Anderson poll was commissioned by the People's National Party. And I now say because of them commissioning why the results are what. They did the polls, and as a social scientist myself, the polls have them placed. But it came out where the Prime Minister's favorability ratings is still ahead of the opposition leaders. But I think the People's National Party is leading the JLP in terms of who the people they want to govern the country. I think by about 1 percentage point or something like that. For me personally, looking at it, I want to know something. I love the chess part of politics. I have always liked that. I don't like the corruption and the tribalism and the partisan aspect of it. But I like that part of politics there. See? And just observing, I wouldn't, if I was Mark Golding, a win is a win and progress a progress. But look at it. The country is coming out of the COVID-19 situation where restrictions kill people, and when I say the restrictions them kill people, but people were suffering and people were frustrated and people lost their livelihoods and their business and all of that. People were frustrated. Seeing the government playing hanky-panky with the local government election would have made some people angry. The government's record on corruption and scandals aligned to its governance is an issue. The crime rate is a sore issue. You understand? Among other things. So, and we are in the middle of an election cycle. The government has also been doing some heavy lifting with the new traffic act. People were upset about that. The Bail Act conversation, the new Firearms Act situation, the SOE situation. So people have been annoyed for a while. So I would be very surprised if a poll at this point in time was more favorable to the governing party. I would be very surprised. So I don't know that there should be much celebration and jubilation at this point in time. What the PNP should do is continue to work. I see they're trying very hard to rebrand Mark Golding. I see him try getting patwa. We have a laugh at these things. I try getting patwa up and I catch it at somewhere and name something there. And you know what thing go, politics are politics. I look at these things and I find them very interesting and very intriguing. You understand? As somebody who did a little bit of political science somewhere along the line in my courses of study. So me find these things interesting. Then, however, a poll at the midway cycle of an election, the midway point of an election cycle, should be, lessons can be taken from them. But and then truth be told is that Mark Golding and some other people have been going around the island for a while. So there's no surprise there. Is it something to take to the bank? I wouldn't advise that. So we'll watch and see. You understand? And truth be told, as I said, the government has been doing some heavy lifting. The wage negotiation would have battered them like left, right, and center. Crime is beating them left, right, and center. Corruption is beating them left, right, and center. And what the PNP should take from this too, if I was advising them, is that despite all these things I just mentioned, all the heavy lifting that is taking place by the government, all the disquiet about the Road Traffic Act and SOEs and them something there, if you can only be leading by 1 percentage point now as a party, because you know that Andrew favorability rating is still higher than Mark one, and then that's the next problem. Are people upset and annoyed with the JLP so much that anybody else, them are going to vote for. Time will tell. Zane, because, so you're upset with what go on now, but you're still, the favorability of the Prime Minister is still greater than the opposition leader. That tell you all you need to do. And one of the next thing, and many people probably fail to forget that, the People's National Party is still a party divided. That is just my observation. Zane, the People's National Party, in my view, is as divided as my dreams versus my bank account. It's very divided. Them not close. You understand the way of the dreams and the bank account is a nightmare. A lot of band-aid has been placed over some wounds and some cuts were still a fester and or if it turns sore again as we go along. So make a watch and see. Interesting times. See? Interesting times. So people may not want the Jamaica Labour Party anymore, but do they want the People's National Party? Because when you look at the polls, many people are still saying that them not going to vote or them don't know who them are going to vote for. You understand what I'm saying? So, whilst the favorability of the Prime Minister is falling significantly to compare to previous polls, Zane, the favorability rating of the opposition leader is not increasing. As a matter of fact, it did not move from where it was the previous poll. So whilst the PM is falling, him not gain the points some of the PM are losing, so him still the one place. So whilst the JLP has frustrated people and the government is frustrating the nation, what's the option? Where is the option? So political apathy is at an all-time high. So many people just not interested no more. Them not interested for vote. Them not interested in the political process. I don't know. But we still have, the 3 grand follower them where. Boy, I don't know. Let me share with you a thread that a few, because I have a few of them. Twitter is a place where I kind of, think aloud sometimes. You can't go follow me over there if you don't want. You don't have to do it neither. You just need a year and a day. But sometimes I say some things over there. And I say I can find one of the things that I say recently. Zane, alright. So this is, so I'm going to read some things from my thread. So basically, this is what I talk about. So I said, and I have said recently that the biggest political garrison in Jamaica now is Twitter. On any given day, you have a couple hundred people from PNP and a couple hundred people from the JLP award them one another with words. And I say some things where we not even, I wonder if they might get paid for this, because you can't say them things for free. You understand? Me don't know about that something. Seeing some things where G then say more time, me see it and me and say, yo, but I can't the politician then when me know Jamaica people are defensive. I'm also new them politician are new. Then just come. Then they make just what them and they say politician them, Can watch it. So me I say this year party, my party forgive my language. This year party, my party shit needs to stop. Jamaica has been governed by both, and we are not any better for it. We aren't any better for it. No administration has been all bad or all good. Both have made mistakes and fallen short. Both have been involved in corruption and scandals. Both have failed us. My view. We're not business with no guy. Zane, no one party has all the answers. No one party has solved our crime, economic, health, education, or social issues. Now, feel free to support your party of choice, but it can't be blind support. It is okay to admit that they have done wrong, are doing wrong, or will do wrong. It is okay. I mean, it is okay. Some people don't think so, but it not kill you, man. No, the political process is critical to any functioning democracy, but blind loyalty is just that, blind. We can mature beyond that and call out our parties and politicians when they have messed up. Zane, let go of the 3 grand follower mentality, man, and hold our politicians accountable. And then we finish off by saying, political discussions and debates don't have to descend into disrespect and vitriol. They can be civil and frank. Please remember that politicians serve us and not the other way around, because people think that we serve politicians. I don't know who teach them that. Remember, most of them are friends. So why are we making enemies in their defense? I don't understand. You see? So this was just, me that think out loud one night time, as I say, I do that from time to time over on Twitter. Zane, feel free to follow me if you want to. You understand? And feel free to come disagree if you want to. You know what I think? We not mind the healthy discussions and things. See? So yeah. We still have people who would do your things because them support Andrew or them support Mark. Me not get that. You understand? I can't. Me don't know. Me not understand. Yo, Jaja, I didn't even do it. See? Yes. One next thing we're going recently, because I have some things I want to talk. These are just some bullet points that I talk about so far, and I didn't even touch the real things I meant, you know. See? I'm soon go back over Twitter. There's something else over there I want to share. See? The Berryllium guardsman situation. It is so if Jamaica got rid of both dirty party, then what? Say UIC, but many deaf, dumb and blind. But the UIC is an ex-political party built with politicians. Politicians will always be politicians, whether they're Labour Right, PNP, UIC, NYC, NDM, whatever. So I'm gonna get that. You understand what I say? The UIC first need to put in some groundwork and win a few seats and build some constituency. Like I don't see, however you want to interpret this, a UIC winning a general election anytime soon. That is just the reality of it. You understand? The framework and groundwork that it takes to win a political election. You not just come as a new party and win election. You have to win the people. You understand what I say? You have to connect with the people. It can't just be a talk thing. You understand? Me have a YouTube channel, or me have a radio show, or me put some things on social media. You have to put in the work. You understand what I say? So these things take time. Get some council. Well, they're not, but I keep no local government election. You understand? But try out for some councillor posts. Try out for then some constituency, and then you build your thing. You understand what I say? How the Jamaican political landscape is, it is very difficult for a third party to gain traction and so it will take time. So just and you know the truth is, and I'll put this out there. Many people and not in relation to what Kick Rocks is saying now, but in general. Zane, me know Jamaicans stay now. You remember Asta Black? Yes, no, yeah, man, we are going to vote. Once man vote for Asta Black and I vote for himself down on one part run, so. You understand? NDM, we need a new part, we need a new system. I mean, people are going to say NDM is an offshoot of the Jamaica Labour Party because of Bruce and them something there. So, then there's that. But we have had other political entities. I promise you this. I would be very surprised if at the next general election, 10,000 Jamaicans vote for the UIC. Because all we do is talk. That is what we do, you know. We talk. We want something different. I am looking forward to counting the popular vote, to looking at the popular vote at the next general election. And I would be very surprised, extremely surprised, if 10,000 Jamaicans vote for the UIC. Because we just love to make nice. And we just love to talk. I tell you, you know, everybody wants change, you know. But how many of us are prepared to be a part of the change? How many of us are prepared to make the sacrifices for said change to occur? Not many. You understand me? It's just how we stay. We love excitement and we love to talk. We love the idea of something new. The idea of it, you know, but we don't like the reality of it being new. We like the idea of change, but we don't like the reality of what change involves. You can't have change without discomfort. You can't have change without disruption. You understand? You can't expect to operate the same as you have been operating and expect a change outcome. Can't be. So as I'm saying, yes, a third party is awesome, great. Like me say enough people say, yo, teach them what. And growing up, I always desired to be involved in representational politics. It was a dream of mine. You understand? But I was young and naive, not understanding how this thing worked. Growing up, developing some understanding of the political process, and then knowing me as an individual. Who I got to tell you, say, brother, that don't make no sense, you know. You understand? Publicly and privately, I'll tell you, so that don't make no sense. I mean, I agree with that. You understand? I mean, I depend on something. Because I now got join what exists, if it don't make no sense, Zane, and you don't know a thing, if you don't know, yes man, you can't progress in the thing. A backbench runs on, and then your political career stifle and wane out and wane around one part, because at the end of the day, me not go in the yes man foolishness with no guy. Zane, me not depend on something there. So, I lost that desire. And I think many Jamaicans have done the same thing. And I now say it right, because if you want to be, just same thing me talk about, if you want, be the change that you want. You understand? But politics thing enough for me. Me too brush for certain things. You understand what I say? And when it, when it comes on to political representation, it is neither orange or green for me. It is the party at that point in time that I think best represents the ideals that I share, the values that I have, and have a clear pathway of achieving the progress that I would want. So it's neither orange nor green. Because tell you what, if I was ever in politics and me then a one party and them a fool themselves, then me not necessarily go sit down over there, so I move a better more for the country, And a green me want wear, orange me want wear. Me want better for the country. And I've always said, Zane and let me find one next I'm say over Twitter there, my place. You understand? As I'm look here, if people over there on Twitter, you need to come follow me. Because no fun not follow nothing sensible about that, you need to come follow me and sure. You want to be a foolish and someone to follow too. Come follow something sensible and meaningful. I say me can find the next one. Yeah, so I was talking based not to anybody, just a talk out loud. I was talking about leaders. Zane, and listen to this. So this probably going to tell you what type of politician I would be. A leader must always be ready to make the hard decisions, to do what is in the best interest of the nation, no matter how much political capital it will cost. History will be kind to you. It is better to be a transformative one-term leader than a 2-3-term failure. If I was put in the position to do certain things, some things where some man afraid to do. For example, in order to treat with crime, you have to get tough in the country. This baby in crime thing now go work, brother. There has to be some hard decisions, some very unfavorable, unpopular decisions made in order to treat with crime. Some things will keep to myself. Zane, and in order, just like the new traffic act or the reclassification of public sector workers, whatever you want to think about it, some politicians will be afraid to deal with it because rest assured that your political capital will decrease. Rest assured that some people who used to say, yeah, I go say boo. But you as a leader, you have to make those decisions no matter how unfavorable or unpopular they are for the betterment of the country. Zane, so no matter what the political capital loss is, you can be the greatest prime minister in one term than a man will serve 5 terms. Because of the amount of work that you would have done for the progression of the country in that one term. Versus a man in a 3, 4, 5 term where I do be a crap. So you do your one term and people decide to, things too rough. But you are laying the groundwork for the betterment of the nation. History will look at you with kindness because you would have done what you were elected to do, which is to make it. You can't make decision and think, oh, you're your friend. And it's not a friend thing. As you are the leader of the country. So let me continue. So that's part 1. Leadership isn't about friendship. It is not about appeasing political backers or associates. It's about being charismatic, engaging, attentive, considerate, but also being ruthless and decisive when it's required. You have to go do some things with your friend and go vex about, but that is what being a leader is. That's the thing, If your friend can look upon it and say, say, whilst that thing I not like it is the best decision in the long run, it's not your friend neither, but that's the next word for you next time. For Jamaica to become a great nation, some discomforts must be endured. Some disruptions must take place. The entire establishment must be shaken to the core. Some hard truths must be accepted and accountability must become the norm. We cannot continue like this. As I said, I kind of think aloud sometime over upon Twitter. Again, you can't go follow me. Don't start being teach them. This is me alone. You understand? And things. So, there it is. Some leaders are afraid to make some decisions because people are going to vex and people are going to upset and people are going to start cuss. Look, brother, at the end of the day, you were elected to make the hard decision. There's no decision where any leader are going to make where everybody in the country are going to happy about. It will never happen. You are making the best decisions for the betterment of the country, not for the benefit of your friends or associates or your political capital. Look, I would like to believe that more sensible people are in Jamaica than those who have no sense. I could be proven wrong, but out of good faith, I'm going to say more sensible people there. If you make some hard decisions, whilst people will be upset, we're not fooling, we're going to look back and say, here we go on. You know, say, while that thing, I don't like it, you know, in the long run, it was the right decision. People will wise up and say, look here, man, are the right thing the man there and the right thing the woman there, But no, we want to govern. Brother, as me say, being a transformative leader in one term is more impactful than being a failure for 4 terms, 3 terms. But we spend so much time worrying about our political capital that we don't get nothing done in this place. Because we don't want to lose the next election. We don't want to lose favorability. Being a leader is not about favorability, it's about leading. Sensible people will see what you are doing and eventually buy into it. Yeah. You know, so when I plan for that stream, I say, you know, so I'm not too make too much nice stream, and I just want to keep a nice vibes and make kind of not, I'm one nice vibes I want to keep on a level. But I just say, you understand? It's just when I think about these things, it kind of upset me on a little level, man. You understand? I have sat for so many years and see political leaders being more concerned about them favorability ratings and them political capital than the country. Maybe not get that. Then left politics alone, family. If you're not interested in moving the country forward, if you're not interested in progress and development at the expense of your political capital, you ain't fit to be a leader, family. Leadership is lonely, you know. I have not been in a big league in terms of being big, but I have led. And when you have to make the decisions, you just have to make the decisions in a respectful way. You're not going to disrespect nobody, but some decisions just have to be made. You see me? Orion, big up yourself in the family. Give thanks. Think of the first time I see the man in the building. I appreciate the support. Nicole, big up yourself in the Empress. You see? Yeah, man. Stuart, blessings. So, at the end of the day, peeps, the political, it's not appealing to me. It has not been appealing to me for a long time. And as I said, growing up as a boy, I had dreams of serving my country. See, I mean, I have served the country as an educator, but more involved in policy making in this country. But I have lost that drive and that desire because, as me I say, I'm not going to smile with no guy when him wrong. You understand? I'm not going to keep up no foolishness. See? I tell you, so when it come on to politics, it's one P me interested in and the people them. Not no PNP or no JLP, but the people. See? Be a leader where it is better for history to be kind to you than you worrying about your political capital. Do the things them, man. You understand? Sensible people still in the country. We're not as fool as how we look at our son, you know, we're not so fool, you know. You understand what I say? And in this country, whilst you have many people who are parading as imbeciles, there are more sensible people in Jamaica land we love. Land of food and water. You understand? I don't start now when I stream it, I soon go in my bed to that me I tell myself when I feel like I come chat you all night. Like me I present budget for 6 hours and I make a sad mistake. You understand? Depend that. You see me? 500 years plan. Sir M say I chat. He ain't gonna sing me I sing. What you mean? I talk me I talk. I mean I get that. What's your point? What you have to say? If you have something to say, say it and I could discuss it and stop being a fool. Say somebody just follow me over Twitter. Jamaica tell her big up yourself, you know. Say good people still there about. Follow good things. You understand? Follow your back too. You understand? All I follow back, my friend. Big up yourself. Alright, so next thing, so the Berryllium situation and all. No, presenter, man. The pressure, alright, man. I tell you, I come here this evening and I'm up on a cool little vibration, you know. But when it come on to some things, man, I just, just annoyed, I guess. The Berryllium situation is, I don't even know. You understand? Man, they must say some things and some things happen, man. Security guards are being exposed because of incompetence, cheapness, I suppose. Very, very high risk job. The man them brazen and brave and bold and serious. It would appear to that some of these things look like information is being shared. I don't know. Or the man them just sophisticated and a stake out and a observe and a watch and very organized. Or man inside that provide information and this. I don't know, yeah. I know it's not look good. And some of we sit down and talk. It is going to affect some of us directly and indirectly. You understand? The ease of going to the ATM to get some money for do some business may not remain as easy going forward because one, financial institutions will have to pay more to these courier companies, these security companies to move money from A to B and to restock these machines. Also, and just the shooting, the man them a thief the ATM machine them to these are very expensive machines and stuff. And it is going to affect us. It will. You understand what I say? Them some enough is a partner because there's a partner that some strange people like. I was looking at the script when my son's mother came home from work today. You know, she normally come in at the studio and kiss me up a little bit and then sit there. Yeah, so she was at go on that country and then me I said then right the drop. Like I was looking at the script and the first 5 stories in the script were murder related. I mean I said, boy babes, the thing not look good. It's set away. You understand? I mean I said, Jano. It thing rough family. Imagine you go draw your $3,500 left in your account. You understand? If it's your account is like mine, you understand? You go draw your 3-5 for keep it for your assignment. And when you go draw your 3-5, you in a middle of a gun battle. For your 3-5, you know? Think about that. Me, I hate going inside any bank. It no matter who them be. Me don't like it. You understand? They'll turn up in a line unnecessary because some of them things they can, just like tax office. A lot of the things we do at tax office now can be done online. It is unnecessary and annoying. We are in 2023. You understand what I say? But it's like we like looking at one other face. You see? Me not always want people looking at my face, and hell, me not always want looking at people's face. Enough of them things that we can do online, man. But imagine you now have to go inside the bank, go do certain things that you can do at the ATM, but no more ATM not really the near you. Because I mean I want a centralized location now. So it a throw off you because of some man. Then Adi, big up yourself, you know. I appreciate the support up on Twitter there. Give thanks. You understand? I mean, it thing rough family. May I tell you? Just as me I say, they will most times you hear latest release from the Jamaica Constabulary Force says that serious crimes are down by 20%, 10%, 15%, including murders and shootings. But it don't feel up on the ground, family. You understand? It don't feel up on the ground. Upon the ground feel heavy, family. Feel like you walk with the ground on your shoulder. And again, I ain't answer the JCF statistics wrong. I am just saying the statistics and the reality are them not converge. Them not align. Them not operate parallel. It just don't feel that way on the ground. When I read the script that Abby sent to me every single day, it don't seem that way. More time I edit the news and I'm tired. Sometimes I cut out some story out of the news and some murder. I'm tired of it. Yo, like, I don't even understand. Brother, sometimes I want story of a cook. And I say, nah man. Why is the people them need to get the info because the info we are share? And me have to edit this man. I'm tired of 6. This is my 6 murder story in one newscast, brother. This is my 5th murder story in a row. The Berryllium situation, I have heard George Overton speak. I have interviews with Mr. Overton, and if I was a security guard, I would be very confident and assured listening to him. That for one. You understand? Mr. Overton is going as far as to say, you know, enough is not being done in the country to treat with criminality. Yes, that is true. But the truth of the matter is that I don't think Guardsman is doing enough to protect them workers either. I don't know the answer. Brother, all if you get appointment in a bank, you have to go wait. Brother, yeah, yo, bank thing is not for me. May I tell you? Me not like it. And then there are certain things you cannot do in this country without going through the bank. You understand? So, right now, I'm supposed to pick up one new debit card when I want bank. I know I'm not go for. You understand? Because say, no, sir. You got a bank for the one little thing and by the time you quit the whole day, you spend a bank in a family. We need to be more efficient in service delivery and dispensation in this country. This is my thing. We need to embrace technology. See, whilst technology has its weaknesses and weak points, truth be told, everything does. We can embrace it to a level where things become more efficient. We first in the whole government sector need for embrace. Some places are still writing. I'm writing a book about certain things in a and some big old folder so with be a paper in it and there are files and files upon files, you know, a joke thing. Depend that. Berryllium need to sort out them things. It look. The man them very organized, very calculated. Zane, the man them I think ahead and when I was growing up, we had be a armored vehicle used to see a transport money and then sitting there and know some local car. You understand? So, me know. And then when I grew up, I usually 4 people in I brinks. The first shoot in a Portmore, I think 3 people did involved in it. It's crazy. Dean Palmer, big up yourself and the family. Give thanks. You see me, mailing system. Don't even talk. Kick rocks at all. He mailing system. Brother, that is still in 1938. You understand? A licensed firearm owner and a security guard get similar training when firearm is concerned.
Your device is offline. To connect, swipe down from the top of your screen. Then go to Settings, Network.
Oh, my God, so that's the embrace technology then, but as you said, the technology failed me like. See your life stay. I'm in a trouble here. So, yeah, good point. There are two casual. Very good observation on Jamaica Talawa. Zine. Yeah. Some of the observations them make sense with that for true still. I know Syrian and I next one that. You understand? Or if me use Syrian, I have to press one button and either my watch or my phone. They want to know me just need for call for your name. You understand? So, but through me change over Wi-Fi, me not connect back the one net to that yet. Yeah, she alright. Me figure find a boyfriend or something. Bixby. You understand? Do you remember teaching right after the name change last year, Berryllium Pro Box? Yeah, brother, from them change the name of be crosses, I do them for go back to guards, man. May I tell you, cause I say then I mean I know Berryllium but over time and the rest of them, there was a high level security meeting between a lot of the security companies and the commission today. Like me have the files, but I never get to process them because I was editing the news and then after the news are streaming. So me look on them and see what them have to say, and probably if me need to make a video out of it, I probably do so you can see what them say. I don't know what they say yet. You see me? Tommy Lee. You understand? He was freed. I think somebody there give me a hard time because I say he was released early and good behavior. That is the information I mean get at the time. It's not me write these things, you know. You understand? We work off the information that is shared by the police most of the times and in mainstream media, to be honest. You understand? So, man, I say him serve him full time. Me just work with the information I have at the time, my friend. So, I don't need for you understand? Crucify me like that. Zaid and thing. Well, whatever it is, Tommy Lee is free. Tommy Lee is a free man. And again, without rehashing certain things, I have spoken about the Tommy Lee situation time and time again. I have said many things about the Tommy Lee situation time and time again. What I'll say and move on is I sincerely hope that Tommy Lee grasp this opportunity, Zane, this second chance of redemption, and he, if he needs to disassociate or separate himself from anybody who would cause him to run afoul of the law or anything that would cause him to run afoul of the law again, he needs to do that. He needs to understand that based on the law that has changed since he was convicted, these things are attracting greater sentencing length and all of these things. Zane, I wish Tommy Lee all the best. I hope he would have learned some valuable lessons. And whilst this would have been a setback, it can also be a blessing. All the best, DJ. Make most of the opportunity and stay far from trouble if you can. Escape it answer that. Embarrassment is smaller than most of the make a kill. Yeah, I think I keep it on. Yeah. So I'll rest that. As Berryllium come out and making a statement to the public to assure them about safety. They have said some things in the Empress Vivian. I don't know that they have reassured anybody based on the pronouncements that they have made. Hey Steph, it's good to see you. I don't know that anybody is assured or confident or comfortable. Many people when them got the ATM and them see a Berryllium vehicle forward in them left. Yeah, and them are left because that's how the cookie crumbling at the moment. No. Yeah. So, yeah. I hope that was the last one. And if not, I hope that the security personnel will be better prepared and more alert and less casual, as Jamaica Talawa said earlier. Zane, yeah. But I think rough. If I know one thing I next in brother. As me say, you got 18 for jail, you look at 3-5. And you're in a middle of a shootout. They're rough enough. But I'm sure there are other ways, other things that Berryllium can add to their thing to you know what I mean, make things a little bit easier for them and other people. It's crazy. It's very crazy, these things. I don't know, rough. Traffic cover. Boy, I think rough. I don't know. As me say, all I think feel on the ground, it just feel heavy. You understand? And this is somebody who is always the optimist. My outlook on Jamaica is that whilst we are 30 years behind where we should be, we can get where we should be eventually. I am a firm believer in that. You have some people who say Jamaica done and Jamaica mash up. No. Jamaica is in a bad place. But Jamaica not done and Jamaica mash up. Jamaica, nothing good anything can change. I am always somebody who is very optimistic with my outlook on this country. Zane, I may be blind and naive in some regards, but I think that this country can maximize and optimize its potential, Zane, and things can change and improve. Zane, truth is that some things will not improve to a level where I am okay with in my lifetime, based on how bad they are and how far behind we are. But any country can turn around. Any country can turn around. Anything can be turned around. You understand what I say? It just takes vision, sacrifice, determination, stick-to-itiveness. Anything can be changed. Zane, and as somebody who is the consummate optimist, the thing feel away, brother. The thing feel heavy. The place feel heavy. The place feel oppressive. The place feel unsafe. The air just feel... Yo. No. That is just the feeling when me get. As somebody who is... And again... I will not pretend to say not. And you know, we have some people, not now go on and not now. Some things are happening. Changes are being made in some situations. However slow, changes are being made. You understand? Some things which shouldn't happen a long time ago in Bethlehem just happen, or just a thing to happen. But I would be very unfair and disingenuous to say not now go on and no changes now make. But whilst I'll admit that some things are happening and some things are moving in the right direction, even though we are very late, I will also be the first to admit that the thing feel away, brother. Queen say future look dark. It don't look bright. I'll say that much. But it can be brightened. You understand? It can be brightened, man. It can be made less dark. But the whole we have a part for playing, and that's the next thing too. But say, let me deal with some other things. Yeah. The thing no feel good. It panic ground no feel right. You understand? It feel away. I'm not telling a lie. I mean, I talk for me. Some people may not feel the same way about it. But while some things are happening that are good, it thing feel away. That's what I say. See? And you know, as I said, some of the things them recently, the new Firearms Act Zane, the bail act that is up for discussion, the new sentencing, the minimum sentencing bill that has been tabled, where you have automatically serve 40 years for a murder minimum, like the Firearms Act, where you're found with an illegal firearm if you're convicted 15 years at the starting point. Them things there, good move. The new Road Traffic Act, while some of the things them were not well thought out, the idea behind it was the right thing. You understand? The implementation of needs, if it is done properly and people's information is protected and not accessible to Ishi and the whole lady, has potential to serve the nation very well. I'm seeing steps being taken for police uniforms to be outfitted with body cams, and there has been many rebuild and modification of police stations around the island. I see them build one now and swamp out of one place out there, so around a St. Catherine, Spanish Town side, where I don't know about. They have been doing some work with that. Things are being done. You understand? But the rate is very slow. And then it is so cumbersome to do some things in this country. It takes so much time that by the time you start doing it, you're tired. Because the bureaucracy and the amount of hoops you have to jump through and the amount of belly you have to crawl upon and your knee chip up on your elbow chip up. By the time you have to just start the thing, you're exhausted. Because of some unnecessary inefficiencies in the system and bottleneck. It's crazy. Media take out TV, but them say them not depend that because whole heap of collateral damage may exist if you equip security guards with higher powered weapons. So, I don't know. Police have higher power weapons sometimes than the man them, and them still are involved in a shootout. So I don't know neither. Yes, and the security forces are saying no, they're not into equipping security guards with rifles per se. So I don't know. Them are the expert, I guess. But I understand what you say. You see me? So I don't know what you say. But enough things like based on my calculation, and then I got link, there has been no ministry in this country that has robbed more of taxpayers' money than the ministry that should be creating future productive members of this country, the education system. It is the ministry that has been raped and re-raped and over-raped and that. And then you see, me I got to take this thing personal, because I have heard these people talk before, and I've heard these people chastise educators before, and some educators will get chastised, and I get me wrong, because some of them don't make no sense, and that's the truth. Some teachers should not collect taxpayers' money. That is the truth. But like with Jamaica, you have more sensible people than fool people. You have more good teachers than bad teachers. You answer me, I say, so we are talking about the good teachers then. See, principals were called extortionists by a man who is now in front of the courts facing criminal charges for embezzlement and thievery. You understand me? I say? It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. The things that are taking place have been taking place in the Ministry of Education over the years, family. I did a rough calculation, Zane, and I may be wrong. There may be a margin of error of some percentage. I'm not work out that. But at least I can count at least $1 billion being unaccounted for over the years in relation to the Ministry of Education. Maybe my accounting off. But, yeah. Now, we see a situation now where Grace McLean, former permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, former chief Grace who, She was first chief education officer. Then she was promoted to permanent secretary because of some things with Ruel and Dean Wright, Bernard, and all manner of evil. You understand me? I said she was interdicted and some whole heap of things are going on. Them search for her yard recently. Like, she has been on the investigation from the devil was a boy. And I know when the devil a big old man, them search for her house. Who want to explain that to me? I don't know if it's more on the FID spearheaded the investigation, but I find that very strange. You understand? Because if interdicted Education Ministry Permanent Secretary Grace McLean's house raided. So the home of acting permanent secretary in the Education Ministry, Dr. Grace McLean, is one of several premises targeted in a series of coordinated operations by law enforcement authorities. I think last Friday. So the search and seizure operations are related to alleged financial impropriety involving the Ministry of Education and the Joint Committee on Tertiary Education, JCTE. The operations were conducted at 9 locations, 5 in Kingston and St. Andrew, 3 in St. James, and 1 in Westmoreland. Sources disclosed. No arrests were made. However, according to law enforcement sources, several devices and documents linked to the investigation were seized. I mean, you can wipe them, but then you will have people who are able to recover data even if they are erased still. But I mean, why so long? But alright, I guess they're going to say their investigation just reached at that point, and also, I know, I am not an expert, so I do, as a layman looking on, me not know neither. Can't bother. In 2021, Auditor General good girl Pamela Monroe. Pamela is one of the people in this country who means this country very well. Based on my assessment and observation of Pamela Monroe Ellis, she has been somebody who does her job. It's her job, and she do her job. She do some work. You understand? She not business with the guy. She not business with the girl. She do some work. When she do her audit, the report is the report. No matter who you be, she go say what she said. Me like Miss Monroe Ellis. We need many more Pamela Monroe Ellises in this country. Me like her. You understand? Miss Ellis, I like you. Yes. So in 2021, Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis recommended that Portfolio Minister Favour Williams ask the police or an anti-corruption agency to further investigate how $128 million in taxpayers' money was spent by the JCTE. Remember me tell you about what I don't even know. Monroe Ellis revealed that based on her trust's financial records, $75 million was transferred to the JCTE between September 2017 and 2018 to train 250 students in the Occupational Associate Degree Program. The decision to transfer funds directly to JCTE in order to fund a unit within the Education Ministry was questionable. I did the program and I said, the money not transferred to art. Why have you transferred to JTCE or JCTE? Let me continue, because I said, right. Said Monroe Ellis, given that the project charter gave management responsibility for the program to the ministry via the Center of Occupational Studies, the Auditor General reported that the High Trust NTA could not confirm that the $75 million transferred to JCTE was utilized to provide funds. Long story. And it's me can't bother. You understand? Teach long time. Bro, woman, power. Blessings in a Jamaica Avenue for all the family. So you know think she can pay the expert to wipe the devices. But then you have expert, we better than expert, we better than the expert, we better than the expert there in the Empress Valda. So it can be recovered. There's nothing that you can put on a computer unless you mash up your hard drive and your bunny. You understand? If your hard drive is in a computer, then you can find it. They should be able to. You understand? That's why you have expert and you have expert and you have expert and you have expert, you know. So then if you go pay a last expert, then that's different. I don't know. You understand? A very good question. I just say. See me? What do we don't know if the art? Then suppose Empress Lady Grace now not for hide neither. Then she don't trouble. You understand what I say? I don't know. However, so that $124 million there were paid over. There have been discussions between whosoever for there to be a surcharge in Grace McLean and Dean Roy Bernard paying it back. No, we don't hear nothing about that. The Financial Secretary Mormon recommended surcharge action against Bernard and McLean. Financial Secretary Darlene Morrison has gone silent on and you know, say Lady Valda kind of resemble Grace. Lady Valda and Grace family. You know, couldn't pass a cousin, you know. I mean, look, it's you know. When I cousin. Yo, Jaja. All right. Make I continue. Yes. So Darlene Morrison has gone silent on queries as to whether the Ministry of Finance and Public Service has acted on recommendations by the Auditor General to institute surcharge action against in limbo Permanent Secretary Dean Roy Bernard and former Acting Permanent Secretary Dr. Grace McLean. So more than a year ago, Morrison contradicted comments by the Education Minister Favour Williams that Bernard and McLean had been surcharged after it was revealed that the ministry was unable to account for the $124 million. So basically, they would then take it out of them salary each month. I am just asking a question and Lady Valda, then I look on it, you understand? Yeah, one that. People say me an assassin favor, let me know. You understand? So, yeah, this is a ask. So, apparently, there's no, the long and short of this is that there's nothing concrete as to whether or not the process to get back the money has started. And Bernard and McLean has been facing the surcharge. We don't know. So that $124 million is still in limbo, I suppose. Grace McLean is in front of the courts. Dean Roy Bernard, I remember one time the court ruled that Dean Roy Bernard should be reinstated as permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education because Royal allegedly sent him over to the Ministry of Finance in one post, director of something. I don't even remember. When I exit, so long story, man, I can't keep up with them. You understand? But, yeah, I don't know. How long will they continue to rape the nation's children? Because that is what they are doing. If you are raping the education ministry, you are raping the nation's children. How long shall it continue? When are we going to turn the ministry inside out and get a renewal? Arguably the most critical ministry in government. Because all things going forward in a country are built on education. If the resources that exist already are not sufficient, how then shall you continue to deplete said resources via mismanagement, misappropriation, fleecing, and straight out, in some instances, criminality? Then how shall we progress as a country? Stay there, man. No, one next topic where I have spent hours collectively in the past addressing, imploring, beseeching people who use the space, as in the YouTube space especially, and Facebook I suppose and Instagram, but mostly YouTube and Twitter, to operate wisely, to whilst you are in the pursuit of truth, you cannot become a liar. While you are in pursuit of justice, you cannot become unjust. Zane, and your stories and videos should be based primarily on facts. Boy, Lady Valda, boy, I mean, I know. It as an educator, it rubbed me some way where if me talk my mind and then sure. Well, I don't know, yeah, Lady Valda. I know, it thinks that way. I spoke about vloggers the last time I streamed. There's another article that it would be remiss of me not to spend some time looking at the article. And again, for those who have ears, met them here. See? Vloggers hunted. Attack on freedom of speech or unfortunate coincidence. So that is the headline. So it's vloggers hunted. Attack on freedom of speech or unfortunate coincidence. In recent times, the violent deaths of vloggers have left some members of the online community feeling like they are hunted game. 2 weeks ago, popular 32-year-old vlogger Nigel Big Meat Walford was shot and killed by unknown assailants in Red Pond, St. Catherine. The Campion College past student created a moderate and popular Instagram page, Augustone876. Well, created and moderated the popular Instagram page, Augustone876, where he regularly expressed views on news and current affairs, especially on crime and policing in Jamaica. The police have no leads into Walford's death. Head of the St. Catherine North Police Division, SSP Howard Chambers, said, "There is no evidence that Walford was targeted based on his online crime-related blogs. We are still investigating," SSP Chambers said. Now, despite the concern within the vlogging community, members of the traditional media fraternity believe that the deaths of bloggers cannot be construed as an attack on freedom of speech or the free press. A lot of bloggers are involved in extracurricular activities that might put them in harm's way. There is no evidence that the deaths of these bloggers has anything to do with their reportage on certain events or their opinion, one high-ranking executive member of the Press Association of Jamaica said. The extracurricular theory may have some credence. In August of 2021, police revealed that a homemade firearm with 2 magazine holsters and military paraphernalia were seized at the home of a popular Jamaica Labour Party blogger, 37-year-old Philip Taylor, after he was found dead in a car. I didn't even know about this. Because I don't know the man them. I'm always say, like people who say teacher. Next story for you next time. So I don't even didn't know say this person existed as a blogger. You understand? He was killed, and I never knew until I read this article. In September 2022, Clarendon-based blogger Leon Lee Gates McNeil was gunned down at a party only a few hours after reporting on a double murder via Lee Gates TV and Entertainment, his social media platform used to provide live updates on crime. McNeil was at a party about 8:55 p.m. when he was approached by men who shot him multiple times. The 36-year-old declared his intention to attend the party via live stream video earlier that day as he reported on the double murder homicide. Then, next story for you next time. Police sources say McNeil might have been in the wrong place at the wrong time. According to lawmen, an ongoing feud between men from the area is believed to be what caused the attack at the party where McNeil and another man were shot. Now, Big Meech Walford of Augustone876 was shot and killed on March 3, 2023. Born and raised in Augustone, he had been living outside the community in recent years. After being dragged before the court on a cybercrime-related issue, he was detained in April of 2020 by detectives assigned to the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, CTOC. After several subsequent court appearances, the case was eventually dropped in December last year. In March 2021, YouTuber Nicola Campbell of Nicola Campbell's Journey was shot dead outside her home in St. Andrew. According to the police, the 36-year-old was returning home from the Kingston Public Hospital where she worked as a registration clerk when a gunman approached and opened fire, hitting her several times. She was pronounced dead at the scene, the police said. Now, the mother of three regularly shared videos of herself and her children on her YouTube channel, Nicola Campbell's Journey. However, the string of deaths involving vloggers may just be an unfortunate coincidence. Correlation does not prove causality. Yeah? The PAJ executive mused. If a reporter is killed and there is no definitive threat to that reporter's life based on the work that they have done, then we cannot just draw a conclusion, and I've said that before. Correlation doesn't prove causality. Others aren't convinced that bloggers are not being hunted because of their edgy opinions and investigative work to highlight criminal activities. Now, popular YouTuber Sir P has revealed that he has been threatened many times by underground figures. And Sir P also revealed that popular blogger Big Meech had reached out to him about threats only days before he was cut down in Spanish Town. Big Meech and Sir P are members of a new group of intense, eager bloggers who have been lighting up YouTube by dishing interesting insider information about the machinations of gang leaders and leaving sensitive information about the murders and leaking sensitive information about murders. Still, the traditional media believes that it is time to have conversation with the wave of new journalists about their unorthodox methods. The traditional media doesn't publish the pictures of children. The vloggers need to read the Child Care and Protection Act. There's a duty of care when it comes to dealing with children in danger. Further, bloggers need to get away from posting unverified information and that belief that if something no go so, it near for go so. And that is why more of them are getting sued, the media executive said. One such case of a member of the new media being sued is that of gender activist Latoya Nugent of the Tambourine Army. The Supreme Court awarded $16 million to former Moravian minister Dr. Kenu Thompson in his defamation lawsuit filed against her in January of 2019. Nugent, who is the founder of the advocacy group, is alleged to have posted comments on Facebook defaming Thompson sometime after the arrest of another Moravian minister, Rupert Clark, for sex crimes against a minor. The court had entered a default judgment against Nugent after she failed to respond to the claim filed by Thompson. The court has also ordered that she pays legal costs. Recently, YouTubers Andre Stevens and Shelly and Curran have been threatened with defamation suits because of their public utterances. Stevens has been threatened with a suit if he does not apologize and remove allegedly defamatory posts concerning investment banker Ryan Strawn and the fraud brokerage firm Stocks Unlimited. Now, entertainment personality and internet talk show host Curran is facing a multi-million-dollar suit from businessman Mark Croskery, from former CEO of SSL, over a series of posts made, long story short, on her YouTube, because we talked about that the last time. And thing, new media has to understand that not because two people post it means it is true, the media executive said. And whilst I have said it is okay to share your views and share your opinions, Zane, it is not okay to fabricate and falsify stuff. Zane, I am not perfect, Zane. However, I try to operate in a space where I understand that at the end of every video, end of every story is a human, Zane, and I try to be fair. So when I do a video, I try to base my video on facts. So I'm kind of move away from certain type of content, Zane, because I decided to make that decision. Whilst no one, when I come here, so I discuss some things and talk my mind. But you know, if you sit down around a microphone and talk, I don't really mind style that no more. I'll still adjust some things and I'll still do some videos, because you have to be diverse and dynamic in anything and them something. Fine. But I have always tried to be fair, and I have been doing this longer than most of them people here. Zane? And I have go anywhere me go do what me have to do. Me no feel a need for hide from nobody. You understand? Because if me even cover a story, I am treating what the facts as exist. You understand? Me not color nothing. Me not assume nothing. You understand what I say? And truth be told is, whilst there's a need for some channels to do what they do, I am not necessarily sure that I want to live a life where me can't feel comfortable going places and me can't carry my family go somewhere and me not have to watch over my shoulder and me not want a lifestyle. So I would have made conscious decisions to kind of change the direction of my channel over time, seeing because I like freedom. Like I always tell them, I understand how a man live his life, I hide from police or I hide from next man and I'll sleep in a bush and there sitting there. So I don't like confinement, I don't like restraint, I like freedom. You understand what I say? And thing and I have learned over the years that there's a right way and there's a wrong way. The right way will get you less views, Zane, but the right way will bring you peace of mind. It is okay to express your views. It is okay to share your opinion on something, Zane, but sometimes we get carried away. And we're going back to Twitter again. You understand? Where I was thinking out loud about similar situations like this. So I'm say I can't find again. I'm telling you, I said, I'm a place that more time I can't be no bother with them over there. We talk thing with enough of them, because I be a politics end up and them very sensitive, but I just say something sometimes. So this is another thread that I did recently. It says vlogging in Jamaica thread. I have been doing this YouTube thing before many of those doing it now. And over the years, during my live streams, I have taken the time to encourage others who use the space to be mindful of the things they say and do. Now, but just a number of rules where me kind of operate within as a YouTuber, as a content creator. Zane, it is okay to share your views and opinions, but do so from an informed position. Rule 1. Rule 2. All content must be grounded in facts. Assumptions and speculations aren't your friends. Yes, Valda. No matter what you do, you can be yeah, man, we get that. But then why would you make a target out of yourself? Deliberately. You get what I say? So fine. And that is fair. And that's a very valid point. However, if you see a pan full of crocodile and you want to get cross, walk around. You don't have to swim through it and decide so you can fight all like crocodile. Just saying. Let me go continue. Rule 2. All content must be grounded in facts. Assumptions and speculations aren't your friends. 3. You have a responsibility to your viewers to be honest and correct as often as possible. We get it wrong sometimes, because sometimes the information that comes through to you initially is not correct, and you need to come say, okay, that was wrong. Or you pull the video or you apologize. Some people don't operate like that. Them defend it and say, yo, long story. You can't get into that. 4, in your pursuit of justice, you cannot become unjust. 5, in your pursuit of fame, you must never knowingly defame others. Every topic is 6. Every topic isn't a video opportunity. And every opportunity isn't a video. I'm going to read that one day again. Because every day people send me, yo, teacher, you need to do a video. No. I know some of my thing work. You think a party shot my run, brother? Not do that. I'll decide if I need to do a video. Every topic is not a video opportunity. And every opportunity is not a video. 7, remember that there is someone at the end of every story. Be fair. Some of the man them will say some things about some people them can't verify. Them never really flip the situation and think about it, you know. Zane, like, next story. I mean, I say you pretend like you don't want to say things, you know. If you have to say certain things, you can say, but there's a way. It's not what you say sometimes, it's how you say it. And someone from them say it a gospel. And people on YouTube, On social media, them only want to hear certain man say certain things and a gospel according to John. Me not like that. But let me continue. To each his own. Remember, we said that already. No, 99% of your viewers and subscribers won't assist you when you have legal bills to pay. May I say that again? Because I know some of them watching and them hear 99%. You how much percent? 99% of your viewers and subscribers won't assist you when you have legal bills to pay. Don't get it twisted. People don't really like people like that, and I'm telling you. You understand? Don't, because we get this feeling like say, yo, oh, my subscribers what? I have been doing this long enough, family. People come and people go. Don't get caught up in this. When people are there supporting you, you appreciate and you treat them with love and appreciation. But never you, ever you think say, a man I got did it for you. Like, them don't know you. Them don't know me. You understand what I say? So we need to stop being naive and understand what the thing is and accept it for what it is. You understand? People don't know we like that, family. They're probably interested in the things that we have to say and then probably respect what we do. And some of them like we, on a level, but don't feel like some people going to take them hard-earned money gear when they get in a problem. Because they never put you in. Especially if they tell you to stop the certain things. But no, listen. Alright, let me continue. You have people who genuinely help you, don't get me wrong. But a lot of people, them no business with you. Yes, and I'm more entertainment that for them too. You don't need to blindly chase every view, likes, or subscribers. Consider creating evergreen content to supplement the cotton candy videos them what you do. Some videos will last a day, last 2 days. You understand? So I will do a video about Tamale being released. People are going to watch it for 2 days, 3 days. It's trending. Fine. How long it can trend for? How long people are going to watch it for? Then something else and then gone. The Scotia Berryllium video, okay, it is still trending. How long it going to trend for? Then, so I do, and those 2 videos as a mass, many views where it will take some interviews, weeks or months to accommodate, to accumulate. But 10 years down the road, people still watch the interview there. Verse, who will come back and watch it, say Tamale was released from prison. Who will come back and watch, say, secure. So a few people may come back and watch it for various reasons. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm alright. Yeah, so show me there now. So what does I say? You have to understand what you do. He's fine. And thing. So over there now. Right. And 11, treat YouTube as a business and not as a hustler. And let me tell you why that is important. When you treat YouTube as a business, it dictates that you do certain things differently. It tailors and modify your approach to certain things versus a hustle. As a hustle, anything goes. And it means me say anything and do anything. You understand? But whilst you treat it as a business, it tailors your approach and your outlook is a bit different. You understand what I say? So that is. Let's 2 have years here. Make we continue. I have always encouraged, and then I talk to Uno now, the people that we have view, because Uno are part of a problem, you know. Just like what me tell them, say, we as fans kind of boost up artists more time for do crap, because we not tell them say them do foolishness, and when time catch up on them now, we blame the system and them blame the system, and we had the opportunity to tell a man say, brother, foolishness say I do, but no, I'm a favorite, I'm got that, I'm done. Some of us We sit down and we'll listen. And as me say, it's okay to listen who you want. It's fine. But it is wrong of you to sit down and entertain foolishness. And when you have the opportunity to guide somebody, because some of the man them young, some of the man them not have the emotional intelligence, and I soon talk about flip a switch and done with that. Them get carried away and caught up because what? Them a turn star and people know it. And people are contribute some money around a Patreon and PayPal and Super Chat because some people get carried away with that. Some of the man them just start make some money, family. And that's all, all them are going to make the next dollar. And no matter what them say or do, as long as them are making the next dollar. And when you sit down and when you encourage them and when you can't say, family, here we are going. So you have potential, Zane, I mean, want you get caught up in a certain thing, so I advise you to stop with certain things. You must listen, but you as a viewer of this person's content, because you appreciate certain things, you would have tried. Some of the man them young, some of the man them just start make some. Because the truth is that you can make good money on YouTube if you're doing the thing properly. That is no secret. People can go research and find out how much money people make on YouTube. I don't know secret that. Some man make some money, they money even dream so they could make some. So them get carried away, brother, and the flashy life and the hype life. Zine, and it just making the next dollar. You have a responsibility as viewers. If you see me, look, I would be very disappointed if for whatever reason my mental state started to degrade or degenerate or sit down and not try help me, I would be very disappointed, Talk to me, man. Someone have my number, someone message me, someone call me, teacher, say me ear see a thing a few weeks me observing a teacher and I you this. Well, alright, what go on? Everything okay with you? Keep me in check to Virgin. I see my community as a family, That is why streaming is important, because I get a chance one-on-one with the eyes, And I take the responsibility for breaking off the streaming and things. So I try to correct that, I understand the importance of this. And the people them close to me always know that streaming is important, because whilst you must agree with what me have to say, it's kind of like a family vibe. And even with the premiere, the interviews, I'm always telling you, I lose money when I premiere the interviews. Why? Because when you are watching interview, one ad run penny at the front, maybe, and no more ads not run during the interview. Versus if you watch it, you not go see the ad break them, because them is work me work. If you don't want to see ads, me sign up on a premium. So when me premiere the interviews, I lose money. But that family that is built around the premieres is important. So I do things so I not explain to people, but them not even understand. Say, when me used to just upload the interview, them and go watch them. And I made more money because when each person watch the interview, the ad break them and go box them. Versus the premiere, when you click on the premiere and one ad might run, no more ad now run for the next 2 hours. So I lose money, but I gain family. And as I said, many of the people them not really sit down and think, but and when it come on to you, I don't. One thing me trying to touch is education, because they go yes to teach, and because I'm a teacher and him go on like him bright and him. So I try to avoid that discussion. But when me talk for myself, I have always looked at this differently. I have always approached this, not always, but eventually, when I really see the potential of the thing, I have tried to approach it differently. Zane? No investment with those easy money teach them. Yeah, teach me good enough teach. Watch out now. So I could continue. I could finish up this because we have other things I want to talk about. So I have encouraged viewers to stop boosting their favorite bloggers to do the wrong things. This is a dangerous practice, as many lack the emotional intelligence to understand when enough is enough and often get carried away. Just like I have the responsibility to give you accurate information, to give you the correct information, you have a responsibility to keep me in check, man. You can talk to me, man. Link me as a teach. Here we go on, man. Something off with you, man. This is not teaching what me know, man. What go on? What happened? Talk to me. Some people probably feel like they can't approach me that way, but I'm a very nice person, you know. You may not get me when you call me, to be honest, because sometimes the call them is a lot. Me may not be able to respond to your message always, because the message is them a lot, and sometimes I end up having to clear the WhatsApp for my own sanity and start from scratch, because I can't go back through all of the messages them. So I take that. And sometimes my Instagram inbox full up because everybody have something to say or some suggestion or some recommendation or something, and we have to clear that too. It's fine, but at least try. You can talk to me, man. You understand? I mean, I may be a strange person too, you know, because sometimes I just take with myself and I just breathe for a while, because I need to do that too. And I probably not explain that to you so you understand. But sometimes I need to do that too. You understand? Sometimes I just need to decompress and exhale. So I'm not going to advertise that. So you may be wondering at teeth kind of withdrawn, you know. And if I'm alright, fine. You can link me. But sometimes it's just a deliberate thing. Alright, so I'm going to continue. Because I'm not doing it, you know. Listen to this here now. I'm going to read about the last one there. I have always encouraged viewers, just every night I'm telling you, to stop boosting their favorite bloggers to do the wrong things. The wrong, if it's wrong, it's wrong. It can't, right? You know? This is dangerous. Why? Many lack the emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is different from being dunce or bright. It's a difference. Nobody come to teach or call people dunce. That is not what I'm doing. So just go research emotional intelligence. Zin? And don't accuse me wrongfully. This is a dangerous practice, as many lack the emotional intelligence to understand when enough is enough and often get carried away. Many Jamaicans on social media prefer sus, gossip, and laughter. Well, sus, gossip, laughter, and hearsay. Do not. Don't let me have anything. Let me go put you back out. I'm here, William. Alright, so sir, if you match it up now, so you're not going to school for a couple months and I can go warm up my money. Alright. Alright, so drop it there, so we can continue. So yeah, many Jamaicans on social media prefer sus, gossip, laughter, and hearsay over quality content. But that does not have to define you. It is okay to be different, to stand on principle, and still make money. Lastly, it is easy for actors on social media with agendas to completely destroy people's reputation and brands. As such, more and more people are willing to take great steps to protect these things. So be careful of what you say or do. It can cost you a lot of money or worse. A word to the wise is sufficient. You can't be different, man. You don't have to get caught up in everything every time and you still make money. And I've always said that there are there are many videos that I don't do. There are many topics I ignore. You understand? Because it's just not me. I just don't feel comfortable doing those things anymore. And I do well. Enough. You understand? I said, need a nanny. You would probably leave him, you'd probably pay me to leave the job. Yeah, that's that. I mean, I'm going to put you outside, you know. When you do your thing, my trouble, yeah? So he's playing with the faders on the Roadcaster Pro. For some reason, him love that. That's crazy. I said, he's a little producer. Produce being nice. So peeps, sir, look here. Gonna give me a minute now, cause I forgot to get rid of him. I'll see him now go. Do you know Colin who? I don't know. Smichael? I don't know the name. The name is not familiar. You understand? So yeah, the man them for understand, sir. Say, yeah, I make some money. But is $100 worth 10,000 US dollars in lawyer fees and time and all of them something there. And even worse. I mean, just ask the man because everybody know he's a vlogger, he's a blogger. There's nothing wrong with sharing your opinion. The space is big enough for everybody to play a part. You understand? But you can't get carried away, family. And this is coming from somebody who has been doing this longer than most of you. And many people have started this thing and disappear in terms of them nobody do it no more. Many people when me start with no do that something no more. Many people start after me. I know this family. I mean I tell you, be careful. So much I'm talking to the man them, and we now say we are trying to suppress the truth because the truth has to be told. But wait on the facts. And even sometime after you get the facts, wait some more. You understand? Give me a minute. Stand to go. Bye. And as me I say, man them, make your money, you know. You understand? You have your family to feed. I say no. But at the end of the day, we live and die by the choices that we make. That is just the nature of the thing. You understand me I say? You don't have to get caught up in what everybody I do. I don't. I am a prime example of that. And I pride myself on that. You understand? I am always assessing the streets. I am always looking at the future. I know what I want to leave after I'm done with that something here. Zane and everybody have different goals and dreams. But do some meaningful stuff, man. You don't have to get caught up in the hype. You don't have to get caught up in certain things. You understand? And things. So, I know. But I leave that as it is. And I've said, I know it is easy to say, if a vlogger dead, we do certain things, I'm going to say because of what I'm doing. Sometimes, no. Truth is that sometimes the man them involved in some things. So and that is the truth too. You don't need to accept them things here too. You don't know people. We go on like we know everybody too much. Some of the man them involved in some things we can cost them a lot of things, include them life too. And because through them says and we quick for jump to them things here. When a man would do the vlogging thing, would say certain things, lose them life, the first thing when people are gonna say, because him said that, sometimes it have nothing to do with that. You understand what I say? Sometimes the man them involved in some things where you don't know. Well, you're not going to know neither. And the sad thing is that if you're going to treat with certain topics and certain issues, based on the atmosphere in which we live, you just can't show your face, so you have to accept that too. It's sad, you know, but it's just the truth. So again, if you miscalculate that from the beginning, then you're in trouble, you know. Because if you decide that you are going to build something, doing a particular thing, a particular way, then you're going to run up in a problem. That's just the nature of the beast, you know. Yes, right. Family, you can do the thing right and alright. I said that you can do the thing right and alright. I'm not going to shy away from it. YouTube has changed my life for the better. YouTube has changed my life totally. 360 degrees. You know, see me I run company here, come tell the people business. You know, see me I run company here, come tell us me ear say this or ear say that. You know, see me I run company here, so come tell us the M on the this, the M on the. You know, see me company here, so me and no money and no what. Me and no money and no feud. You can be different and make the same money and make more money to family. Because the truth of the matter is 99% of the man them want to soon make a bowl up and nice on YouTube. Them now make more money than I'm not say this if no man it's just the truth. So it just easy so I do the thing the right way. And them run up and down like fools. Headless chicken I run down $1. Whilst I now go tell you, say I make extra. As me say, you know you can do the maths, you work it out. There is social blade and other things. I don't know secret. So I say this to make the point. You can be different and be alright. You can avoid the drama and the sus and the gossip cycle and still survive. You can let go the hearsay and the sus, brother. And you're good. It would be remiss of me as an educator to not educate. That is it. The man them need to sort out themselves. The prank thing is the next thing, cause that's me not even get into that, you know. Okay, so choice me so dark about certain things. Me just leave that. But I tell him man them. And next thing, I'm want before me leave too. Bro, there's no business in this world where if you keep making the money and taking the money out, the business are gonna survive. You have to reinvest in the thing. You have to upgrade the thing. You can't do YouTube and you sound the same way 3 years after, just like how you start. You can't, your video can't look the same way 3 years after how you start. Your editing can't look the same way 3 years after how you start. Treat the thing like a business and stop dwelling on people's business. Bro, me telling you how me start my channel. One old tablet and one Note 4. That is it. Now I employ 4 people. Now me can cover practically most events and I say any. But if me have to, me can find a way to do it. Me can go shoot interviews, brother. Me can live stream. Me can go live stream for people if me choose to. Me can go shoot weddings, brother. Me can go shoot concerts. Me can edit. Treat the thing like a business. We not say for go buy everything, you know, because I may have been guilty of that before. I am Finar, in time, bro, I have thought about it many times. See? Every weekend the man then go party with post picture on Instagram. Me not even to post picture over there every now and then me beard like. And we probably apart from some clothes I wash and me probably put it on and say me I take a look at picture. Me not Brother, you can't drink out the money and gamble and lose family. I could have done that, you know. But me I see the thing bigger. But to each his own, sir. But again, it would be wrong of me to not take the time out and talk to the ones them in a meaningful way. Because me know some more time I be a yes man we have run with. Scotty there, if I can tell you this, if me say something wrong or do, she go say, brother, here we go on. That not gonna work out, you know. I mean, I depend on that, you know. You're mad. We need people like that run with. See more the same thing. We need people to keep we in check. We need people to have the best interest at heart. Hey, you just get up every day and talk on our phone and post it. Brother, upgrade the thing, man. Reinvest, man. It's going to take some time for the money to start make. But when it start make, put it to good use, man. Stop living your life in social media. Social media don't pay bills like that, bro. Why you want to leave behind? Oh, me just used to do some video and I eat that. What? Why you going to leave behind? We motivate enough of them and inspire enough of them and them not going to tell us it, but we know. You understand? But we want to motivate and inspire some more. You see me? And you never hear so we not nothing with nobody, brother, and we and this man there fight and that man there fight. We not depend on something there. We out here and make moves and money. Joke thing. You understand what I say? One Note 4, one Samsung. Them the writer saying I want jar writer, so I can show them right now. That is where it started. No, if I want about 5, 6, 7 different camera angles in the stream, I can have it. I just don't have time for that. Baby not yet, because sometimes I eye clear. You understand? No, no, do man. Some vloggers. Big up. I see myself as somebody who creates content. I like to see myself as a content creator. The vlogger thing kind of annoy me on a level. You understand? Because I think past them stage. We have done it, man. We're doing it, man. Observe and learn good things from good people, man, and stop going like a fool. See, and when people are talk to nobody not bad mind, you know. Because truth is, when you don't know nothing for nobody bad mind on about when you come on to it, what you want to do? What you want to achieve out here? Nobody not bad mind, you know. People are trying to help, you know. As I tell them, we know how to get the thing for ticking, you know. We know the videos that we are going to trend. We know the topics that we are going to trend. I have had 5, 6 videos trending in Jamaica before. One time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have done it. We know what it takes. And the video them about man kill man around this and people dead around this and them something there. And people business. We have been there. That is not what I want to be defined as. That is not what I want to define me. You understand? Things we want for we see the issue in the cockpit country and we take up ourselves and go chill and go talk to the people them and talk to Mr. Dixon and bring some attention to the thing. These are the things. Meaningful things. Things we have national importance. It is not hip to treat with the issues of corruptions where affect the Ministry of Education and all about the place. But that is the things that we find important because we want a better Jamaica. So these are the things that we familiarize ourselves with so we can talk about it with some level of authority. These are the things that mean to me. everything now gonna mean the same thing to everybody. Yeah, when me used to use the shoes box all up before and see man know what I go on. More time I turn up for your interview, the first question the artist them ask, you know, shoot music video. Because some of them, me go do interview already when I reach him and them say they nah, but I do no interview because it gear them professional, so them have to get money. Me go work on me hard. Me go home back. Man sit here and get intimidated because what? I build something. Brother, the thing is a business. You can make a living from it if you do it properly and do it the right way. I mean, you can make a living from it doing crap thing, don't get me wrong. But it depends on what you want. Yes. I won't call on him, you know. But me say, bro, me go for interview. And when me reach, besides it wasn't a stream of Scotty there. When me reach, man, I said, then me never know say this a go on. Me never know say them a kind of thing. Me never know. The international thing say me can't do no interview for free again. We just pack up my gear and my car and my gun and my heart family. Yeah, so it's crazy. You see me? You can't limit yourself, man. Investing in yourself and your craft. See? I'm telling you already, and I'm going to shy away from this. I have taken the time out to have had sessions with Faye Ellington because I wanted to improve my cadence and my enunciations and pronunciations when I read the news. And that is somebody who have tertiary level education and tell you that, you know. Because I still feel like, say, me not read how me want to sound. Pay me money. I won't tell you how much per session. But I did. No, we can't. Oh, we're not call over it yet. You have to upgrade yourself, brother. I tell you, I don't really sit down and watch Jamaican YouTube. I always try to learn something. Learn how to edit some better. Learn something. I don't have time for people business, fam. I have time to build my business. Nobody never showed me how to use a camera from the day I born. Nobody never showed me how to use Final Cut from the day I born. Nobody never showed me how to fly a drone from the day I born. Everything you see me do is learn it through trial and error. Some big errors still, you know. You understand? Peeps. Me tired of that now. Me done talk about that. Me just take the time out for as I said, I have devoted my life to educating, teach them. If you just think about the name of my channel, I mean just get up and name and teach them, see, you know. So when we get these opportunities, we have to try to help. You understand what I say? And I know that the people that we probably need to hear, them not necessarily go hear. But when you share the info with no friends them and no vloggers them, man, them need to pop them thing. You understand? It's crazy. No, I want to because 9 o'clock, you see 11 o'clock, I may have a couple of things I'm not done talk about it. Interestingly, convicted murderer challenging DPP's job gets expedited constitutional court hearing. Acting senior judge Lorna Shelley Williams has granted an expedited hearing in the claim brought by convicted murderer Mervyn Cameron, who is contending that the 3-year extension granted in 2020 to the Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn, KC, is unconstitutional. When the parties appeared in chambers, the judge set the matter for a hearing before a 3-member panel in the Constitutional Court on July 13. The hearing is scheduled for one day. Now, Cameron is contending that, in light of a gazette produced belatedly, which shows that the extension took effect on Llewellyn's birthday, that extension breached Section 96 of the Constitution because it should have commenced even a day before her birthday. The judge gave leave to Cameron, who is being represented by attorney at law, Hugh Wildman, to amend his claim in light of the gazette produced. Now, Cameron is to amend the claim by April 12, and the Attorney General, who is the defendant, is to file a response to the amendment 2 weeks after April 12. Llewellyn was given a 3-year extension in July of 2020, as she was due to retire that September at age 60. Now, Prime Minister Andrew Holness, in announcing the extension, said she performed very well. Yo, the man out here now. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, in announcing the extension, said she performed very well during her 12 years as DPP. I agree. Then opposition leader Peter Phillips had opposed the extension. I never know if Phillips would oppose it. Wildman said he had made checks this year at the government printing office to ascertain if Llewellyn was given a second extension, and received information that 2020 extension was not gazetted. A gazette was produced some day later, but Cameron is challenging the date of the extension on the gazette, as it said the extension took effect on September 21, 2020, which was on Llewellyn's birthday. And attorney at law Kamau Ruddock from the Attorney General's chamber is representing the defendant. Interesting. Well, you agree with this? Very interesting. Yeah, I have been reading about that, about the gazette and the extension granted and such. I don't formulate my opinion on it yet, still let me read it. No, and I know some people get upset when I say that, but I think the DPP has done a creditable job. Could many things have been done better? Of course, you understand? But has she been a failure? I don't think so. You see, I agree that she has done a good job. I am willing to face the backlash and the disagreement, but I think she has done a good job, and I'll stand by that. You understand, Auntie? Yeah. I know some people are gonna beat me for that. Next thing, as we talk about things happening in the country, we have had discussions here before that some of the laws in this thing laughable. In this country are laughable. Some of the things in the Constitution are now outdated and need to be brought up to speed to align with modern times. And as such, a 14-member Constitutional Reform Committee has been named. Now, I am fully aware of the fact that no matter which 14 people, if it was Jesus and the 12 disciples that are 13 and God make 14 on the Constitutional Reform Committee, people then quarrel, say it is too religious. You understand? People then quarrel, say the Constitutional Reform Committee only represent Christianity, want to Hinduism, Islam and Buddhism and Sikhism and Ism and Schism. That's how people stay. You understand? And then the then say Judas can't depend him. You understand? Because Judas a traitor and Peter hot-headed and them man are fisherman and the country is not a fishing country and so I am DPP sometimes a bit off, but good for the most part. Yeah, but like the gun sentence what they and what them sentence the man under the new gun act, them drop the ball, so enough things. You understand? But as the people, them never say DPP would have been a failure. We have overcrowded prisons and I hope all of them people that we have served time. It's who prosecute them. The DPP's office. Who prosecuted the case, I should say. The DPP's office. So, I understand. There are some cases that we look on And we say, yo, why I don't know about that, you know, but they have dropped the ball many times, to be honest. But in fear, and again, may I speak for me, it's okay. You can always disagree. I don't have a problem with that. But for me, right. Yes. So, as me I say, so the 14-member committee has been named. And Jamaica being Jamaica, many people have problem. It kick in already this, man. Now for the people who have been charged in front of the courts now are soon gone to court. You understand? That case was the first one under the new act. So, it kick in, man. We are going to see. Judas scared about it. So, alright. So, when I saw the committee, the first question I had, to be honest with you, is why retired Lieutenant General Rocky Mead was a part of it, was a co-chair. I sincerely asked that question. Because I kind of get a little vibe about Colonel Rocky Mead. I mean, I'm not against the Colonel, you know, you would have served this country very well. You know, some people have said he was leading the Tivoli incursion. That is neither here nor there for me. He did do him job. You understand? My view with Colonel Rocky Mead is that attempts are being made to push him in some things. That me I get. I mean, not necessarily think me like that. You understand? So whilst he have served the military and retire, Zane, I get this sense that spaces are being created for him to be a part of some things. That is the view of me have with Lieutenant General Rocky Mead. It is nothing personal, it is just my observation. But the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, named the Canadian Professor Richard Albert among the 40. Finar, is Richard or DSR Rosier one I know very well read. Is the Canadian Professor of Jamaican Heritage. Is he linked to Jamaica any way, shape, or form? I don't know, I never do the research. Canadian Professor Richard Albert among the 14 constitutional reform members as the country moved towards republic status. So Albert, an international constitutional law expert, is to provide advice to the Malahoo Fort-led committee, which is expected to guide the three-part constitutional reform process. Lieutenant General Rocky Mead is the co-chair, so Malahoo Fort is the chair and Rocky Mead is the co-chair. I'm not sure about that. You understand? To be honest with you. I have nothing against Rocky Mead, as me say. I just think that spaces are being created where none are available to put him. I don't know why. Zane, phase 1 of the reform process is to focus on the repatriation of the Constitution, abolition of the constitutional monarchy, establishment of Republican status, and all matter within the deeply entrenched provision of the Constitution for which a referendum is required to amend. Phase 2 is to look at the wording and the provision of the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms set out in the Chapter 3 and the ordinarily entrenched provisions of the Constitution for which amendments are desired and required. Phase 3 is to focus on fully assessing the country's legal and constitutional infrastructure to facilitate putting together a new constitution. I like this. You understand? It does not the Republicans, the fact that the Constitution is outdated in many instances. And as such, it limits the ability of the security forces in their crime fight effort. It limits the ability of the judiciary to do certain things. And in many instances, it is just antiquated and outdated. So, constitutional reform, I am for it if it is done the right way. As it relates to the member of the committee, I personally don't have an issue with the makeup of the committee, except me think General Rocky Mead is being shoehorned in some things. Me just get that and it kind of rub me away like. Nothing personal against the Lieutenant General, as I said. You understand? As a man who, if I wasn't an educator, would be in the military, that is something that I promise you I would have been a soldier. Me not have nothing against the brother. Zane, but something just rubbed me wrong about it. You understand? Alright. Me need to do some research about the Canadian professor still. Zaid and thing. Them say I'm going to guide Malahoo Fort. He's international law credential. You understand? So we go and talk yes, yeah, something like that. So the members, Marlene Malahoo Fort, who is the Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, Ambassador Rocky Mead, who is the co-chair, Derek McCoy, he's the Attorney General. Naturally, he would be on it. Senator Tom Tavares Finson, he is the President of the Senate and Commissioner of Electoral Commission. Okay. Senator Ransford Braham, he is a lawyer, Queen's Counsel. He's a government senator. Senator Donna Scott Motley, she is a member of the opposition. Anthony Hilton, MP, he's also a lawyer. He's a member of the opposition. Professor Richard Albert, international constitutional expert. He is the Canadian gentleman. Dr. Lloyd Barnett, I am very pleased to see Dr. Lloyd Barnett there, based on his wealth of knowledge on constitutional matters, issues and affairs. I applaud that. Mr. Hugh Small, he was nominated by the leader of the opposition to be on it. Hugh Small, Queen's Counsel. David Henry, from the wider society and faith base. I don't know what his credentials are. I guess he is a minister of religion. I don't know. It says faith base, I guess. Dr. Nadine Spence, civil society and political commentator. I think she also lectures at the University of the West Indies. Mistress Lalita Davis Mattis, National Reparations Committee. And Mr. Sujay Boswell, youth advisor. Sujay Boswell, I think that is his name. You understand? So some people are saying more young people should be on it. Less lawyers. Essentially, I don't have an issue with the makeup of the committee, with the exception of Mr. Mead. I just want them to get the thing done and done the right way. You understand? So I hope that this collection of minds can move the country's constitution in the right direction and with progress. That is all I'm interested in. I mean, he say, she say. Politics, religion are updated, man. And thing. So some people say more youth should be involved because them people are old and thing. It's crazy. Alright, so the committee is mandated to assess how the passage of time has impacted the recommendations of the Joint Select Committee on Constitutional and Electoral Reform contained in its final report of 1995, which was submitted to and approved by the Parliament. Evaluate the said recommendations of that committee on the establishment of the office of the President, because the country is seeking to move away from the monarchy and become a republic. Hence, there will be the need for a president. Assist in coordinating the required parliamentary cross-aisles and nationwide consultation and collaboration during the various phases of the reform work, and help to educate the electorate on their role in the referendum process. Because there will have to be a referendum for changes to be made to the constitution. Politicians alone can't change the constitution. They have to bring it to the people. The committee, which will receive technical and administrative support from a secretariat managed by the ministry, will be required to serve between March 2023 and, all things being equal, no later than the end of the constitutional life of the Parliament. So the constitutional life of the Parliament should be at the end of the next election cycle, which would be 2025. So it's kind of based on how me I work out this. A 2-year thing. So they are expecting the committee to achieve its mandate in 2 years, I suppose. So we'll watch and see. Needed. The makeup is for you to decide and debate. I just want the people that are on the community to get the job done. Mr. Mead, big up yourself, but I don't know how to go. Sir. Yeah. Me I tap this up. It's been a long night. It's been a long night. Yes, and 2.5 hours me there chat. Me I left some things here next time. There are a couple other things that me do want to treat with. Oh, let me do that one. So apparently, there has been reference that the Integrity Commission, some of its staff members have been receiving death threats. So Chairman of the Integrity Commission, retired Justice Seymour Panton, is condemning what he says are death threats made against staff members in recent days. In a statement on Thursday, Justice Panton says it is sad and reprehensible that persons have been issuing threats against the life and safety of persons involved in the work of the chairman. There are some grammatical errors in this, but alright, it's not me writing. He says the commission and its staff will not be frightened. Justice Panton says Jamaica has a history of passing laws that are not enforced or followed, which is true, Mr. Panton. You're very correct, sir. You understand? People, we don't have a law problem, and we have an enforcement problem. Both of them we have. We have a law problem and we have enforcement problem. We have some full laws and we have enforcement problems. So it's two of them we got. You understand? He says as far as the Integrity Commission is concerned, its officers are following the law. He knows that most persons who have been making comments have not read the law governing the Commission's operations. To be honest, I have not read it to true. I need to, but I can't read everything every time. You understand? Sometimes it take a while. He's born Canadian with Trinidadian father and Asian mother. He's also a professor. Yeah, we know the part there. Okay. All right, Empress Rose, give thanks. But like that. You're a good student. You're going to research and care things come a class. Yeah, you do well. Examine, you're going to mash you. Zane, he says if needed, they have read it. Then clearly they do not understand it. I don't know that the death threat thing is carrying holes in the water. It's probably some people on social media say them all kill somebody or do something. I don't think nothing. Well, I would hope. I know, like a man call a man phone or text a man or email a man say, you understand? I would hope it thing no reason. But you know, some people very overzealous and them get carried away and caught up with the 3 grand follower mentality. You understand? Because the truth of the matter is that as it relates to I know some people still are called for the head of the Integrity Commission. But the truth of the matter is that the Prime Minister's financial situation has not been resolved, It's just that because them bundled the thing and fumbled the thing, that took away the attention from that. But there are still some unresolved things. You understand? So them need to sort out themselves and get the thing sorted out. The Integrity Commission, as far as I am concerned, is like a big Doberman with just be a gum. It make a lot of noise, but it has no bite. And again, I don't want to get this wrong. Whatever position Trevor Monroe hold upon the Integrity Commission, him shouldn't have it. Anybody who has been so involved in the political life of the country should not be on an Integrity Commission. You understand? Again, anybody, whether he is an affiliate, associate, or activist of the Jamaica Labour Party, or the People's National Party, the NDM, or any such political organization in this country should not be a member of the Integrity Commission. Simple as that. There lies the possibility of a conflict of interest. You can't circumvent that. You can't go around that. You can't dice it and splice it or you want it come back down to the fact say for the Integrity Commission to function, you can't have somebody who has been so involved, immersed, entrenched in political life. That can't make no sense to me. Me don't know how that the appointment was made, who for recommendation that the appointment was made under, but it don't make no sense. There was, and I now accuse Mr. Monroe of anything untoward, I am simply saying that where Mr. Monroe is concerned, the fact that he has been so involved in politics for so long in his life, so prominent too, it can't make no sense him be a part of the Integrity Commission. Me not find the integrity in that, sir. And whomever else who is a part of the Integrity Commission who would have served in the political sphere ought not to be there. Irrespective of which political party them support. If we are do the things them, we could do the things them right now, man. How long we will continue to do the things them wrong? We don't have no more time for waste, brother. There is no time. Sizzler telling you now, we don't listen to Kalanji. We don't need to listen to someone, Sizzler, man. Probably no life will start out different. Can we just do the simple things right? With the Constitutional Committee, some people have said, our 2 females on it, more females should end up on it. So it should be 7-7. I don't know about that neither. As me I say, all the people that are on it do the job right. And a 2 female, a 4 female up on it, man. Marlene, Miss Mattis, Miss Spence, and Miss Motley. 4, yeah, 4. 4 out of the 14, I think. So, just make we do the simple things them right now. It's like you play football. If you can't control the ball properly, you know, brother, you have a problem, you know, man, I go bust a lace, you know. Because it's either you give man time for tackle because you control poor, or if you have Jivli, I'm going to go bust a lace. The ankle going to mash up on them. So, if you can't control the ball properly, you can't pass it properly. If you can't pass it properly, you can't advance the play. So you can't attack properly and score properly. So I waste no time on the field. Make we get the first touch right. The most important touch in football is the first touch. So the most important thing in life should be the first touch. Simple maths, you know. They don't even know a ball game. All them politicians, because some of them, they can't even play 2 ball, you know. How they like to play football with some of them, you see. That would be fun. Yo, get the first touch right, man. Control, man. You understand? Always a scan, man. Look for your next passing option, man. Look for the passing lanes, man. Look for who make a runs, them, man. I have to bring out all my coaching at Pande. I want to them, man. Now, man, sometimes you have to take 2 touch, you know. Nothing wrong with that, you know. You understand? But make sure it's the first one right. Because, and I just control and pass sometimes, you have to move the ball sometime, too. You understand? You have to switch the play. Sometimes you can't just do that in a one go. You understand? Jamaica phone service, I know some me think that. But then me I say, leave well alone, yeah, sir. Yeah, I say, if you talk about Mr. Warmington, you know, but I'll talk about him and that statement where him make next. Because him fi go on with that. You understand? Why I say the Integrity Commission need to get some bite, taking away the gum where them have left to make no sense neither. You understand what I say? Mr. Warmington, sit down. You understand? So, you are the next one too. Now, say, peeps, big up on yourself. We're there. As I said, we did sick out for a minute. That's why we didn't stream again. And for a while, like, it was rough. You understand? Mrs. kind of nursing back to local life. I give thanks to her. I appreciate her. You understand? Force me to take some pill and drink some sit, man. Can't bother with most of the time. And things. We appreciate her. You see? So we're there again. We give thanks. You understand? I'll see you guys soon. Looking for some consistency. Looking for some drive. Sometimes I don't have that too. Because I'm just so annoyed by Wagwan. And this is my 372 stream. Live extra class. I know we do Carly, we do roll call and let's talk and some other streams different from this. So take with them from it. This is the 372nd night that I have sat down in front of a camera talking to you people. Normally more people there, but you will stop stream for so long, you know, people gone about them business and them something. But we alright. We get back to there. Zane, I have done this a lot for a long time. And sometimes if you talking, I just come rap with you most of the time because and I like it don't make no difference, to be honest. It's just that we are ventilate some of the issues and I share reviews and I like say, yeah, son, sometimes I kind of can't bother with that night. You see, to be honest with you. So I just, and then sometimes I just start, yeah, man. Peeps, big up on yourself. I'm rambling enough for the night. Vloggers, bloggers, content creators, social media personalities. Some of them call themselves journalists. I don't know where them get the training from, but big up on yourself, looking on yourself, assessing yourself, reevaluating yourself, reinvesting on yourself, reinvesting on the craft. You understand? And set yourself apart, man. You don't have to be caught up in the quagmire of substandard content and nonsense. Yeah, you can elevate yourself and do the thing right and do better than enough of the man them we are make nice. That me I try to show you, most of the man them we are make nice, brother. Them just are make nice. Them not make much than a nice man make. You understand what I say? Listen to somebody who has been doing this for longer than you, who have made mistakes, you understand, and who have learned from said mistakes and who have learned the thing and is trying to do the thing the right way. When we look for MKBHD them and Unbox Therapy and all of them Linus Media Group, them and their business, them and their own family. Wealthy people. You understand? You don't want that too. You don't just want wow. And tomorrow, nah man, I think I'm different, man. I think I'm built in our own context, in our own space. You can do the thing right. You understand? Do the thing right. See? Big up on yourself. For the people them out there who want to make wholesome, fulsome content, you don't go and do the thing. We need the one them. History will be kind to you too. You understand? 20 years down the road when some of we pass and gone, 30 years down the road, because I live long, you know. You understand? But say people are going to come back and say, yo, that youth did some good work. You understand? And was a patriot and had the best interest of the country at heart. You understand? And love what he did and he tried to bring some professionalism and structure and order to a very disorganized, nice space. Peeps, big up on yourself. Enjoy the weekend. I appreciate the ones them. You understand? As I say, pray for me. Forget some consistency. Because as I tell you, I understand the importance and the value of these interactions. I don't want to wait for some call-in streams and think that I got to do this. See, well, I'm here did I play with roundness, so that is what we use, take calls when we are. So it's either plug in Panda Dex the roundness. Because probably that's something with them stream there from to going forward. You understand? When I try to build up dedicated editing station back this, because more time I have so many things I edit and it kind of slow me down and bottleneck. So long story, and I need to get into that. Them say I've learned to just do things I make people say and tell people what I do. So that is something when I try to do more. Seeing, but yeah. So with other things, it's just a matter of time. You understand? Scotty, she a big woman. She does something, I don't know. But she alright, you know, but she does something. You understand? Good as per honeymoon or something, I don't know. True, she's a big woman. You understand? But when she's available, she'll be here. And think. Big up on herself, Zane. Looking forward to the next time we chat. And we know the calling streams them all come see me. See, I don't know I'm here to do the phone when we use the call neither. So I miss the next one. So me find that eventually. But in take it out, I'm gone with him. I don't know I'm gone for a long time. So peace. Big up on yourself. Art of love. We appreciate the ones them. We appreciate the continued support for the people who were there from 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We give thanks. So the people who were there new, we give thanks. So the people that are going and come back, we give thanks. So the people that were there and gone, we give thanks for the support that you gave whilst you were here. Greatly appreciated. You understand? Peeps, I don't want to tired of Friday. You understand? Give thanks. So I appreciate the support. Big up on yourself. Enjoy your weekend. Walk good. Step with Jah. Save trouble upon the gravel. I'm out.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Teach Dem Radio Show. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until the next episode, check out the Teach Dem YouTube channel for more good things from the yard. Also, we'd appreciate a rating for this episode. Until next time, walk good, my friends.